When they came around that corner, they had a dog. First time I ever seen a dog in the prison, a wolf. That man took that thing off and said, kill him. That thing running down the hall like that, and I'm just standing. I said, man, what are you standing here, nigga? I ran and I grabbed my mattress off the bed, right? And trying to hold it, that thing came in that door, and I'm holding him, then here come another Rottweiler. He tried to jump over the mattress, so I had to jump off the floor onto the bed, and I'm in a corner now, right? I'm trying to stop him from getting me. Then the guard run in, took his billy club, was trying to hit my knuckles, make me drop the mattress. And then that same thing. A knife stuck me, that was over. When I pulled that knife out, I hit that dog about 3 times, and he went over by the toilet. Then I killed the other one. The guard, when he seen the weapon, he ran. So
they let the dogs out, and then the dogs died.
Yeah, I pulled him out of my cell by his 2 legs. I said, take it, son, bitch. So threw him down the hall. He put my tray in the thing. It says, get your food tray. So I took it, brown beans, a whole big pile of spit on it, a hamburger, and a paper cup with golden. You can smell it. It was so strong, right? I said, thank you. Ate the beans with my bare hand, no spoon, and I drunk it. I said, that's good. You got some more? Now, I fronted right there, but I had to. So when I get there, I meet one of the dudes that was on my little boxing team at LaGrange, right? He said, hey, man, they got a thing in here where you don't eat cheese. I said, why? You eat cheese, they say you a wreck. Don't nobody eat this shit. And they had cheeseburgers on. I said, hey, man, can I get some, man? He said, you sure can. Try to be nasty, put a big block on my plate, right? They had steel trays back in. So he said, man, I ain't gonna sit at this table. I said, man, go on somewhere in the week. So I sat down, I saw hearing somebody holler, rat, rat, rat. I said, who's doing that? So I ate my cheeseburger. I spot the table. One for looked me right in my face and said, I said, okay, let me go over and do it. So I took that tray like I was gonna dump, smack the shit out, and mop that table, right? He quit for good, right? He said, I'm done. I quit. But they sent me back to Eddyville. Eddyville sent me to Easton, where Gerald was at. Now they call that, Easton was considered, them little young ones down there, but they wasn't no joke. Gladiator school, that's what they called it. And I said, I'm not gonna stay down there. I killed one of them, man. I went in, the warden's wife was a unit administrator. I said, I'd like to go back to Eddyville. She said, you just got here, you gotta be here a minimum of 6 months before we can consider transferring you. I said, look, I don't want to force my way. She said, did you say force? Are you making a threat? Cause I can put you in the hole. I said, man, fuck it. Jumped up on her desk, pulled my pants down, and shit right there in front of her on her goddamn desk. Reached down, grabbed some paper, wiped my ass through it, and it stuck on her, right? I said, call somebody. When they took me to Eddyville, they took me naked, laid me on the motherfucking thing, and left. Soon I stepped in that room, I told him to suck my dick, kiss my ass, you Frank, all of you. Kicked the chair over and walked out. I'm filing a lawsuit because I'm in it. I said, I'm gonna sue these now. My ink ran out. So I went in the office and this lady, Miss Black, I said, do you have a pen? So Lieutenant Gill, he said, no, she ain't got no pen. I said, there's a whole big cup of them right there. He said, give me that pen you got. He said, it's a state issue. I'm gonna consider it contraband. Get the out of his office. So I went to see the legal aid. He said, no, they can't take it to us because they give it to us to issue out to y'all. I said, thank you. So I went back to the office and somebody was getting ready to come out. I kicked the door and the door went back and the whole window bust out. I reached over and grabbed all the shit. I said, ain't nobody taking a goddamn thing from me, right? He said, you going to administrative control unit. Try to grab me, I mopped him, mopped his. Let me tell you what I did to her. Tore her whole dress off. Everybody said, man, pull out them panties, dog. Cause the guard done ran. I done beat him. He done ran out the door. Ain't no stop me. I got this. I was whooping her, right? You know, nasty. I said, man, all you need to do, y'all niggas need to get a pillowcase, turn some holes in it, and put a blanket over his bitch on in that shower. They did it. They came out with shit over their face, covered that bitch in that bathroom, tore her up. I went outside, and I got a piece of a broken chair in my hand. So here they come from the administration building, running down her. So all the inmates out there said, police dropped the weapon, man. I said, when they came out, they said, drop the goddamn weapon, drop it. I said, make me drop it. They said, police, they would shoot you, man. Drop. I went on and dropped it and all that. They tried to, after they handcuffed it, you know, when they get you handcuffed, they want all that old shit. I said, okay, have fun. What was that ugly nigga name? Big Doc. He was about 6'5", real dark, and a big old nose. His nose about the size of my fist. And red eyes too, looked just like a big black monster, right? See, I didn't know when they put me in the cell that there was a hole in the wall. And this was some cement back then they can get their hands on and put it over some paper. When it hardened, he blowed up a little balloon thing, put some baby powder in there and tied it. Braced it in the wall real good and put that over and painted it so it looked like the regular wall. I guess he put a little mark where you know where to hit. So when he run his hand through there and that bag bust, boom, it looked sound like he done knocked some bricks out of the wall, right? And all that white shit looked like fragments of cemented dust floating in the air, but it ain't no but baby powder. See, I wasn't prepared for this shit, right? So I done traded my knife. I had another knife at that time, a little bitty pear knife about that big. So I'm sitting on the bottom bunk and he said, hey. I said, yeah. He said, shit. So scratching down there and his thing popped out, right? So I said, okay, I know what time this shit is, right? I tried to ignore this shit, right? He said, this is your cell as much as it's mine. He said, oh, shit. So scratching again, his thing popped out again, right? He said, all I ask you to do is have clean up, you know, don't let nobody in my cell, you know. And then his thing is hard, and it's out of his drawers. So I said, man, you got to say something, man. This nigga, you know, the door is locked and all this shit is big. And I was little then, right? You know, I just started developing my boxing skills and shit. So I ain't third yet. So I'm like, say something, man. So I got like a little tiny voice, like Tyson almost, right? I said, hey, man, why don't you show me some respect? He said, show you what? I said, shit. I said, respect. You don't think I'm gonna show you this big black cock? And took his hand and ran it through that hole, bam! And was shaking his arm like it was stuck in him. I'm up over his shit. This nigga ran his hand through a goddamn wall. Oh, goddamn. And then he ran up, when he pulled his arm out, all that white shit over his knuckles and shit. I'm looking up at him like that. He said, stand up, stand up. I'm like, oh, goddamn. I say, look, man, don't do this, man. He said, nigga, stand up. So I said, come on, man. He's a nigger. I said, man, if that nigga me, he gonna run his head through my goddamn chest. Fucking shit. I stood up, right? So he got right there, put his big lips on my ear, and motherfucker, all that shit. I couldn't even think straight. I said, only thing I can think of is nigga arm went through that wall, right? I don't know how to even evaluate this shit, right? He wouldn't even give me time to think. And then he was coming out with shit and the nigga said, what's I like you, nigga? Damn it. I said, no. Shit, nigga, just tell me where nigga, I'm gonna give it shit. Nigga, you want my, you give me. But he made his mistake. See, I forgot about that little knife I had on me, right? He said, come here. You gonna be mad? I said, yeah. And I was serious, nigga, hate me, nigga. Shit, fucking nigga run his head through my chest, right? And then the nigga kissed me, man. When I felt that big nasty ass tongue in my mouth, big like a big cow tongue, like a boot, like the lip of a shoe lip or something. It was so nasty, man. I said, no, shit. That thing hit. I said, nigga gonna have to kill me. Fucking nigga kiss me like that. So I hit him about 6 times real quick. And he ran to the gate, started hollering, ah! Then all the inmates hollered, man down, guard, man down, man down. So I ran back on his ankles and ran back and nigga hit the floor. I ran back, I was just slicing, man. I was nervous. I said, man, if this nigga get up, it's over. You saw that nigga his head through that wall, right? And all them guards ran up and he said, man, come on, man. I said, shut up. I went down his way. I was just anyway, you ain't getting up. I was hitting his feet. Now he was trying to move his feet, and I was hitting his toes and all this shit. 4 pointed me. I'm like this, ankles and shit. 4 pointed on my stomach. So it's real hot down there. So I went to sleep, man. You know how you cuss and shit, then you get tired. I woke up, man. It was like 500 flies eating out of my ass, bro. Flies. I couldn't get them out. Every time I moved, they go deeper, like I had a vibrator in my goddamn right? And I was just so up over shit. I was like, oh! And them, they buzzing and shit. And one of them felt like he was in me, right? And mother fly felt like it was like my shit was over. I couldn't even shake him out. and another ass shit, so I just laid I said, take this shit, man. Them motherfuckers feel they eat my ass out, right? And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna get him back. They got me up. These white motherfuckers got me up down there, right? So when I got back up on my walk, I told everybody on the walk, when you shit, send it down to me in a cup. Cause I got a bucket. I'm gonna get them back. You ain't gonna disgrace me like that. So I took 5 cans of Magic Shade, put it in. I had duty. I chopped up. I don't want it to bounce off of you. I'm make it thick like a milkshake. I'm gonna make a motherfucker thick on you. When you rub it, you be smearing it. Put broken and I make it cut your motherfucker. And then that Magic Shade gonna make your hair come out. So that's the trip part. And put milk in her, sour milk and some funky shit, right? And let it sit. So they say, here it come, Fleece. Don't do it, man. These will kill you, man. Man, when he came down, he said, you won't see me, Fleece Johnson? I said, yeah, boost. And motherfucker stood back and then started throwing up and did like he had a beard. His beard came off, so he had tripped him out. So now here come a whole lot of them. When they come in front of my door, I got the whole crowd. Now the policy says the only thing you can do, he shit down, y'all can't be part of the crew that comes and get him. Only thing y'all can do is write him up. He threw on me. See, they were stung on that point. They didn't want to go past that point right there. Then they got to the point that man want to talk to me. Hey, Johnson, can we talk to you? I said, yeah, come up here a little closer, cause I can't really hear you, you know. And I don't want to inmates hear what I got to say, and he walk up close, boost.